Alright, got a couple questions from my last video on how to get the CONCORD dev build started. So, you know what that means. Boom, boom, boom. Boom, boom, boom. Boom, 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 boom. Boom, 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 boom. We're not gonna cover where to get the files from because Sony just took it down from the Internet Archive, so it's not available there right now. But join my Discord if you want any updates. There's also the CONCORD community Discord in the comment section. You should probably join that for any updates. And we're gonna cover how to get the actual files once you have them opened, as well as how to possess any character you want, and how to make any skits like one I made in my past video. So let's get to it. The timestamps are on screen and in the description. There will be a file in my Discord server you might want to download if you don't want to come back to this video every single time. It's going to have all the commands I have. It's going to have tips, a couple keybinds. So definitely get that. It's going to be a lot of help. Once again, check the Discord communities in the description if you're going to get any updates on where to get this. But once you get it, you're going to have two files, the engine and the chaos. The chaos.rar is a RAR file, so you're gonna want to extract it or use WinRAR to extract it. You can extract it here. It's gonna give you a folder right here, Firewatch Chaos, and it's gonna give you this. Don't open it yet. It's not gonna let you. It's gonna ask you to sign in with Steam or with some other key, which you don't have. What you want to do is use engine and put it here, Firewatch Chaos, saved config Windows. It's gonna say engine is already in there, so just replace it and then you can open the game. Once you open the dev build, it's gonna take you right here. You're gonna want to escape and it's gonna take you here to the firing range. Open the file I told you to download and then go to the map section right here. I recommend using the base format here. Open map name you can replace with any of these: Gemini Lobby, Train Heist, Greater City. Here I put an example down here. This is my favorite to test it out. Oops. You press this button to open the console, then paste the code in. It's gonna take you to the map. You have to use the base game mode so you can spawn bots and actually possess them, but it's gonna take around a minute for the character select screen to expire, and then it's gonna let you spectate in game. By the way, if you press this button or enter the command ToggleDebugCamera, it's going to let you move around in the character select screen. You can see how it's actually just a cube with a green screen. When the map loads, it's going to take you here. You're going to want to open the text file, and at the very top you're going to see two sections. First one is how do I play as a character. It's going to have detailed instructions in case you ever forget how to do this, but we're going to use the second part, which is the same thing but just the commands. You're going to want to copy the first thing, spawn Firewatch character. Alright, once you spawn Lennox, you can use the semicolon to enter debug camera, or you can press this squiggly line and then enter toggle debug camera to switch between modes. Then when you're looking at him, you can use the backslash to open this menu right up here. It's going to start here. You're going to be able to see what you have selected. So once you're aiming at him, you can enter the commands debug select targeted object. You're going to want to press it again for it to update. And you're going to see he's selected. You can close it now. Now you enter debug assess selected object. Oops. Possess selected object. You're going to possess them. You can use the semicolon again or toggle debug camera to exit the debug camera. Now I'm playing as Lennox, but I can't look side to side, so you're gonna want to use the same command again. Debug possess selected object, and now you're gonna be able to look side to side. Now once you're here, you're gonna want to use AddBotsAtAim. Here are all the characters there are. If you go back to the list, down here is a list for which character is which. If you know a specific character and you want to spawn him, here's the code names they use for each. Here I'm gonna want to spawn Gemini, for example. Go back to the game. You can actually change the number in front of the bots to spawn more, but I don't think it matters which variant you choose. Oh, didn't spawn her. You can use that one more time. There she is. Now you what you do is same thing. Debug select. Here it is. Select targeted object. You can use the backslash. Yep, selected actor Gemini up here. Now you set name. You can do whatever you want. I'm gonna use id for the name. Now debug assess selected object. You're gonna be playing a server from the waste. And now use ViewPlayer and use the name you just assigned her. So id. Now you're gonna be able to play as whichever character you want. Alright, now we're gonna move on to cinematic shots in case you wanna make any gameplay videos or skits or whatever. To get rid of the UI, you use the marketing menu. You're gonna be able to get rid of all the screen messages, whatever. I already had them off. Here, it's gonna look like this. You press toggle on screen messages off, toggle HUD off, but you're gonna still have the frame counter at the top right. So you can type stat FPS. It's gonna get rid of that too. Now you can just close with this and you can have a clean gameplay. But if you want to use the flying camera for any skits or whatever you want, you can go over here. First, you set your character whatever you want. So I'm gonna have her, for example, running from here to here, and then have the camera floating somewhere around here. So I set wherever the character is gonna be. Now I press cycle camera mode. Oh, it's gonna appear closed, by the way. Go to to camera settings, cycle camera mode. Fly, you can put it wherever you want. I'm gonna put it right here. Then cycle camera mode again to fixed. You can just close this. Now you can move and do whatever you want. If you want to have two characters in the same scene, if you swap back to first person, then go possess them, and then try to put the camera in the same space, it's not going to be aligned very well. What you're going to want to do, for example, here, let me add AddBotsAtAim. I'm going to add a one-off. Yes. I'm going to debug select targeted object. It's gonna refresh that. Anchor. Now what we're gonna want to do is, for example, here I'm gonna set her off in this side. Go to cycle camera mode, fly, do the same thing. Cycle fixed. You can have her move. Now debug possess selected object. Now when I move, I'm gonna be a new character. You can only do two characters at most, then you can't go back unless you manually walk off to her. I guess you could, if you really want to, you could kind of like see where she is and then kind of aim at her and then debug select. You're gonna want to go off the gun, like here it doesn't look like it, but he's aiming straight down. So it's really hard to tell where you're looking at, so I wouldn't recommend this. I think you have to go back to toggle camera. Oh, I didn't assign him a name, so what I need to do is set name. First, verify I still have him selected. Yep, anchor selected. Set name. You can call him off. Now view player off. Here. If you're gonna go back to her, you can just use debug select targeted object. Debug possess selected object. And then view player, and then use whatever you used on her before. Set name. Let's see. I think you have to set name, and then I think you have to set a new name. Yeah, even if you already have her named, you're gonna want to give her a new name, even if it's the same one, and then name her. There's a couple more things in the codes notepad. Here's the maps. Here's the keybinds. There's a couple things you can do. For example, if you're in a debug camera, press apostrophe to enter that. You can use O and P to spin it. You move with WASD. You can go up and down with space and go down with control. You can also go up and down with E and Q, and if you stack them, you go twice as fast. I recommend using Train Heist as a map to experiment because you get your camera spawns right here. Your character also spawns right here in the playable area. Some maps have your camera spawn like here, for example. So when you spawn your character and then possess him, you fall into the void and die. And then you're gonna have to reload the map because I don't think you can do anything else after your character dies. So I have a section right here just in case the map you're gonna play in has the camera spawn below the map. So if you try to spawn Firewatch character, I guess that's what Firewatch means. Whatever. Spawn Lennox. You possess him. Toggle. If you try to possess him, I'm not gonna do it, but if you try to do it, he's just gonna fall off the map and die, and then you can't do anything. You gotta load the map again. What you're gonna want to do is, before you can do that, is select targeted object here, Gunslinger, cheats menu. Alright, you're gonna start here, gameplay, cheats menu, and then press disable player death just once. Nothing's gonna happen. If you wanna verify it's on, press cheats menu again to reload. You're gonna see it's on. Now you can debug possess. You're gonna fall. You're not gonna die, and now you teleport to other side. It's here too. Here, if you followed the optional step and teleport to other side, now you're gonna be 1 HP. Yeah, you're gonna have that overlay. To get rid of that, you just type CheatHealAllPlayers. It's gonna heal you completely and remove that overlay. Again, you should totally join my Discord or the unofficial CONCORD community Discord. They're down in the description. If you want any updates for the dev build, they're probably gonna be in there. Also, the credits for this, I made most of it, but I used it using Alexo's possessing method or whatever. He posted it in the unofficial CONCORD Discord. And this user on Reddit, I found most of the codes I used to first start messing with it over there. So thank you to him. There's a couple more things in here, but you can just come in and try them out, see whatever they do. I'm gonna post my second video on exploring the CONCORD dev build in a couple more weeks. I'm still working on that. But until then, thank you for watching. If I enter AddBotsAtAim. Whoa. 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 I didn't know about this. Hold up. Hold up. Oh my god. I've tried a couple times, but I didn't know they moved. I guess depending on the variant you choose, she's gonna move. Whoa. Whoa. I didn't know that.